Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open a case that feels like it's been ripped straight from a modern financial thriller. We're going to pull back the curtain on the world of crypto forensics and see how digital detectives follow the money even when it's supposedly vanished into the blockchain. So get this. You've got a high-stakes divorce, and one spouse claims their multi-million-dollar fortune is pretty much gone. Poof. A supposed 90% loss, all blamed on a volatile crypto market. You know, the classic, the market was bad excuse. But was it the truth? Well, there was a huge catch. While this person was claiming they were basically broke, they were still living this incredibly high-end lifestyle. And that was a massive red flag. The claim of a market loss just didn't line up with the reality of their spending, and it really suggested that some very valuable assets were being deliberately hidden. This put the legal team in a really tough spot. I mean, they weren't just looking for a hidden bank account. No, they were facing a complex digital maze that was intentionally built to make millions of dollars just disappear. And the hurdles they were up against were pretty significant. First, you've got the financial obfuscation, claiming you're poor while you're living it up. Then the assets were scattered across this complex digital web, hidden in undisclosed crypto exchanges and private cold wallets, which, if you don't know, are offline devices that are super secure and really hard to trace. On top of all that, investigators suspected there were anonymized assets, maybe some high-value NFTs, and even physical gold and silver completely off the books. So the legal team desperately needed hard, solid, subpoena-ready evidence to even have a chance in court. Okay, and this is where the specialists from Chainlabs Investigations come into the picture. Their mission was crystal clear: untangle this crazy financial web and find the truth that was buried on the blockchain. Their solution was this really powerful four-pronged attack. It started with exchange and fiat forensics, digging deep into the on-chain records. That's the permanent public ledger of all crypto transactions. Next, they did these deep dives using something called OSINT, or open source intelligence. After that, they did a multi-chain path analysis to trace the money's movement across different cryptocurrencies. And all of that culminated in a super detailed subpoena-ready report for the lawyers. Now, the use of OSIN here is really, really interesting because it goes way beyond just looking at blockchain data. This is where investigators did what you could call lifestyle forensics. They analyzed public sources, we're talking social media posts, you name it, to find clues in the real world that could either back up or completely contradict the financial claims. It's all about connecting the dots between someone's digital wallet and their actual physical life. And one of those OSINT leads pointed them toward a single super high-value asset: a specific NFT, CryptoPunk number 3196, valued at over $168,000. I mean, given how anonymous NFTs can be, it seemed like a perfect place to stash a huge chunk of wealth. But here's the detail that shows you just how thorough this process has to be. The investigation proved the spouse wasn't connected to this NFT. And this is a perfect example of real diligence. See, good forensics isn't just about finding assets, it's about definitively confirming who owns what, and just as importantly, ruling out the false leads so you can stay focused on the real trail. So, with that false lead now eliminated, the investigation pushed forward by meticulously combining all their methods: on-chain analytics, fiat forensics, and that open source intelligence. Chainlabs started to piece together the real financial picture. And what they found was absolutely staggering. In total, they successfully traced the flow of $2.3 million across multiple blockchains. This was it. This was the proof. The money hadn't been lost to the market. It had just been moved and strategically hidden away. And the hidden assets weren't just digital either. That OSINT investigation really paid off, verifying that over $130,000 in physical gold and silver bullion existed. Wealth that had, surprise, surprise, been conveniently left out of all the financial disclosures. So let's circle all the way back to that initial claim, that supposed 90% loss. Yeah, it wasn't just a bit misleading. It was completely and totally debunked by hard data. The evidence painted a very, very different picture: a 100% effort to hide undeclared assets. The results of this whole investigation were, frankly, a legal bombshell. Over $2 million in hidden wealth was exposed. The team got their hands on specific account IDs and transaction hashes. Think of them as unique fingerprints for every crypto transaction, for accounts on huge exchanges like Binance and Coinbase. With confirmed ownership of all these assets, they completely transformed the legal strategy from one based on just suspicion to a solid case built on undeniable data. So the impact of all this data was an absolute game changer. It fundamentally altered the entire direction of the legal case. The case was no longer about he said, she said. It was now a data-driven hunt for the true marital assets. This investigation provided the cold, hard evidence needed to ensure a fair legal process and, in the end, an equitable distribution of what was actually there. You know, this case study really highlights a powerful truth about our digital world. While, yeah, the blockchain can be used to try and be anonymous, that very same technology creates a permanent, unchangeable public record. And for experts who know how to read it, that digital anonymity isn't a dead end at all. It's just a new kind of breadcrumb trail to follow. And this leaves us with a final, really provocative thought. As more and more of our financial lives move onto the blockchain, what does the future of truth and justice even look like? This case shows that for every new way technology gives us to hide wealth, it also creates powerful new tools to uncover it. The real question is, how will our methods for finding the truth keep evolving right alongside the technology that's designed to hide it?